Okay. Yeah, man. So, what's up, everybody? Shout out to D-Mac for hitting the Cash App and getting the Cash App request. Had to come up with a whole bunch of for this right now. So I want to talk about how nowadays we are normalizing male slavery. It's what people talk about. So let me give you instances and videos of people, the anti-passport people, the people that I've been watching over the past couple of days, and how these are all people, and I said this before in another video, a lot of these people join together in order to keep men as slaves. They don't see us as human. Every single time they talk about men, it's with vitriol. Every time they talk about men, it's using men's money, sexual experience, or something that leads to men being enslaved by a woman, right? And it's normalizing it now. And people don't understand right now what we're in right now. They have successfully made bachelor tax. Now, people don't know what bachelor tax is, but they have done it. They have worked a bachelor tax in against single men, right? Have you noticed if you got a job and people ask you questions when you work and you don't have a family or a girlfriend or a wife, they try to think that you should be doing their work because they have a family or kids or a wife or a girlfriend. They think your time don't matter next to theirs, right? You got when they get asked, oh shit. When you get asked a question about when you get asked a question about you being single or childless, they tend to try to think that your life is not worth shit. Now, mind you, a single woman, life is more, a single woman, a childless woman has more value than you do. And it's in with a lot of these people, they talk about it. There's women out here who live with their mom and their dad. No one talks about them. There's women who live with their fathers and they're close to 50, 60 years old. No one talks about them. There's women who've been single for a long time, had no sex. No one goes around telling them to get offline and they tired of listening to these women talk. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of videos that show what they think men should be, subservient and everybody's pets. Black women think that men should be on a waiting line. Certain groups of men should be on a waiting line for them to get ready, for them to get dogged out by other men, and then you're taking care of their kids. Can you imagine that a woman can get in the middle of the street and have an orgy and fuck in the middle of the street, and that same woman can be told that you get to... So let me put a scenario out there, right? Imagine you see a woman getting dicked down in the middle of the street by homeless men, right? And you are told that she's still a woman. and you need to still take care of that kid, and she needs to get another chance, even though this woman has AIDS now for fucking with the homeless guys. When she made that decision to have sex with a bunch of homeless men, you're still supposed to take her because, well, that's what men's supposed to do. Men are supposed to take her, still take her because, well, you have no choice. Haven't you noticed that when women are sexless and women don't have nobody, no one tells women they need to just have sex with, they need to just have sex. They need to find any kind of guy to have sex with. But when it's a man, they tell a man that he can need to take anything. A woman with kids, a woman with AIDS, a woman that have shit on her face, a fat, overweight woman. You should not pay attention to a woman's looks, but her personality. Can you tell me, guys? Can you tell me that can you tell me, can a 500-pound woman personality make her hot enough for you to want to fuck her every night? Or an ugly, unattractive woman, well, you're supposed to be like, oh my god, your personality is so great. I'm just going to ignore the fact that you're butt ass ugly, and I'm just going to fuck your personality. I'm going to just have sex with your charisma or whatever, right? Isn't it funny that every single time the topic of men comes around, we supposed to take anything we supposed to get? This is me coming back to the whole today's society is now normalizing male slavery for everybody's benefit, right? So let me show you multiple channels and multiple videos about how these people really talk. It's people I've been watching a lot. So Ruby is a former drug addict person who tends to try to just downplay men. Most of her videos is consistent. I'm in multiple sectors of YouTube. I'm not on the drama channels. The LCU is my favorite thing to watch right now, and these like LCU rejects, right? So this chick thinks she can tell anybody what to do when she's been a drug addict for a long time. She has this way of being a feminist, but at the same time trying to be morally superior to everybody else.
See? Dude, I could get a 10 in a minute. Like, I could get a 10. Dude, she was like sending me money, like in bed with dude. Really, dude? Really, dude?
Now, mind you, so she looks down on men, even though she's a drug addict who has a lot of mental issues. But she always throwing men under the bus thinking she's some more superior. Remember I told you there was a homeless woman who talked shit about me? And I said, how dare she talk shit about me when you're homeless? But, this is the kind of shit that men have to deal with, every single day when it comes down to these type of people, right? Where men get insulted almost a million times a day. We're told what to do. We're told we're not man enough. We're told they have at least, I'm gonna call these guys the feminist enforcement squad. The feminist enforcement squad, right? The feminist army, right? A lot of these people are just spewing propaganda for feminism, right? Progressivism, feminism, the left, all that, to be able to say LGBTQ, And mind you, remember I told you that these people wanted you to be gay. This is why this is one of the reasons why they want to corner you into being so desperate for woman attention that you will take anything and everything. A woman with kids who had sex with had an orgy outside with a homeless woman, with 5 homeless guys, and it's videos out there. But she's supposed to forget her past, but they won't forget your past.
Scotty M, what's up? Whoever said you were sexist, Ava said I was sexist.
She's so
She's
obsessed with that.
a
Literally call all women whores, say that women are the root of all evil and all this shit. Just like Mystery Man. You say everything, but then when someone calls you the word that...
But she the same person who goes around telling men they can't have sex, they can't get a 10, they're losers, they're gay. And mind you, there's videos of her assaulting a guy, going crazy on a guy, and not getting locked up for that, right?
Describes what you're saying, you have a fucking meltdown. Just say, I'm sexist. Yeah, I have an issue with bitches. Like...
And mind you, she's the same person who, about, 2 months ago, had a back and forth with a stalker guy, and he has a criminal record of being a stalker, and she ended up with the guy. Mind you, she said she was celibate. She is herself. She is sexist. She hates men. She hates most men. She turned her ex-boyfriend into trans. The dude that was with her for the longest basically turned into a woman for being with her. A lot of these women damage a lot of guys.
Yeah, obviously. That's why I drink and act so badly.
So now, because you act badly, you want to blame it on men.
a liberal lesbian that lives in Seattle. She wanted to hang out with me to prove how sexist I was, and then she wanted to bang me.
So delicious.
And now she quit the internet. I wonder why.
She's gonna quit. Oh my god.
You learn your lesson, Ava?
Not everyone wants to be full-time in the streamer. A lot of people do this as a hobby, or they come back to it and take breaks. And that's probably healthy. I should probably be doing that because it's fucking stressful sometimes.
Now, mind you, this same chick would hang out with another streamer, a OnlyFans girl, and her first impression of this girl, this woman right here, is beating up on a guy, hitting him, assaulting him. Now, mind you, she knows who to do this shit to. Lalo, he's short and whatever. She's not gonna do that to a Roger Jackson. She's not that, and she's also racist. She used the insult of the girl Dirty Delish, said go back to having interracial porn. Who thinks that telling the girl to go back to interracial porn as an insult other than a racist person who says they not racist but will throw a shot like that at somebody?
But just not everyone wants to be a full-time streamer. She has a job. She has a life. These are things, I guess, that you wouldn't ever be able to comprehend.
And this is them thinking that you're supposed to be in the cog in the machine. Somebody like her says she has a life. Mind you, she's 30-something years old working at a bookstore because she spent most of her life using drugs. So you're supposed to have somewhat of a quote-unquote life to be out there bitching and complaining about what, the president, or talking about people. And she tries to tell people, and this is one of the things that I tell you guys about how some of these people tend to try to tell you about your life without actually knowing your life. This is why I showed you my former friends. This is why I told you certain stories. That shit can back up. I mean, a third party person who watched me grow up or can pretty much be the real witness to stuff that I did back then would tell you about certain things, right? This is what these people do, is tend to try to think they have a got you moment of telling outright lies about how you don't have a life, or how you don't have no job, or this and this and that. At the same time, they're crusty, musty people.
You just think when the stream's off, they just sit there like a fucking simp. I could get a 10. Good.
But they're very mid. Yeah, they both have drug issues.
Yeah, they both have, like, unlike me, they're drunk driving.
Which they like to project onto me.
Yeah, it's not
They're
like
the kind of narcissists. I mean, there's a reason why they try to be famous on YouTube. Women that try to be famous on YouTube, but don't have any experience in show business or video production.
I was a performer all throughout my 20s. I was a musician. I did show booking. Like, fuck off, dude. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and look where that got you. You're on YouTube. But she's trying to talk about how she did show booking or whatever she talks about. Like,
women can't just come on you. Like, there's a million reasons why someone would have a YouTube channel. I like editing content. I like making content.
Now, mind you, there's certain guys that used to come in her space that said that pretty much she's batshit crazy. There's videos she took down of her going super crazy on somebody, going super crazy when she was on drugs or whatever, and saying certain things, doing certain things, and looking a fool, right? So that's her, right? That's her.
I like doing commentary. You're the one who decided that means e-girl, which I still am waiting for a definition that couldn't be exactly applied to him. He's on YouTube. He's trying to do whatever on YouTube. And he comes in my chat. He goes in her chat. Fuck off, dude. And also, Ava's been, like, on panels and stuff. She's around. Like, I was just texting with her, like, what was that? Either late last night or this morning. We were talking about her doing, like, a limited edition like shirt design or something.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We've got so much stuff to unpack in this video. It's crazy that this Hassan thing has been going on for a week now, and it's still getting worse. Like, it was already tremendously bad, horrible, and it's still getting worse. Meanwhile, his community is still running defense for him and acting like he did nothing wrong and that everyone else is the problem. Another Twitch streamer, Sydneyon, has also come out making a statement running defense for Hassan. And Valkyrie, who was defending him a few days ago and got a bunch of backlash for her terrible take, well, she went to Asmongold and asked Asmongold for advice, to which Asmon kindly and generously gave her advice. And then what does she do? She turns around and throws the guy under the bus. Now, if you saw my video yesterday, you should remember, if you watched like the whole thing, because near the end of it, I specifically showed how like Valkyrie was getting a ton of heat from her chat when she mentioned that she asked Asmon for advice on how to deal with the backlash. Her chat was calling Asmon a Nazi. They were crashing.
Now, today's society, what we're dealing with now is we are living in most of this society is now is held hostage by a woman's emotions, right? You can call somebody Nazi. Oops. You can call somebody a Nazi or a fascist, even though they don't even know what that really means in general, because yeah, those people with Nazi and fascism, you wouldn't be able to just say things like that in that period in time. And if you ever read history in books and you looked at, real close up history to some of this stuff, yeah, you wouldn't do that. But in today's world, you can't how can I put it? You can't align with anybody that these people don't have confirmation. Don't you get? this is a, this type of society that we're in right now with feminist society, is that you have to throw away your friends if your wife says that if you've been friends with somebody for, say, 20 years, and a girl comes along, you're gonna have to throw your your friend, your longtime friend, under the bus. You got to throw him up in order to get some vagina, right? And it's normalized to throw friendships away for basically women that won't last in your life. So you see this nowadays where they are using some of the most heinous word against you. Haven't you noticed that real nasty words are now normalized? Calling people fascists, calling people pedos, going around calling people pedos. That's serious allegation. That's enough for me to put a hole in your head. If you say that about me and something happens to me and it turns out that I'm not that, I'm gonna hurt you. Or I'm gonna pay somebody to hurt you, and it won't lead back to me. It's like a lot of these people like to use really nasty vocabulary against certain people. And also these people have a tend to use the same words all the time. Incel, you hate women, sexist, misogyny. Let me show you. Let me show you about this. Oh yeah, creep. Haven't you noticed that we never call women creeps? Haven't you noticed that we don't never say a woman's a weirdo? Have you noticed that we never call women say women are strange and socially awkward? Haven't you noticed that it's always the men that always have to be called these names and insults? That women are never called predator or weirdo or creepy or anything like that. Like they're devoid of that. Isn't it funny how in this feminist society that is now normalizing male slavery in every single aspects of every life, that you can't talk down to your masters? This is like this with the black community, with black women as well. You can't you can't tell them their faults, but they can tell everybody else their faults. And I'm gonna show you how deep it is when it comes down to how much of a slave they want you to be, right? And you have to start exposing these people. You have to start exposing these people. Hey, I destroyed tons of people in comment sections. They can't tell me because they know that I might screenshot them. I went back and forth with an anti-passport woman, and I said, "Tell me you want all black men to die." And she said, "Oh, I didn't say it." I said, "No, no, no. You don't want them to go nowhere else overseas, and you say they broke and they dusty. So you want them to kiss women's ass, be with women they don't want to be with, just so you can say they with a black woman, while she beats him on the face, and it's okay because, well, he's with a black woman and he's not getting he's not happy." And she's like, I never said that. I said, no, 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 no. You telling me that you just want men to be subservient to women, telling them they're beautiful 10 times a day, giving them money, and they just come in the house, get smacked in the face, and then just be told that they're losers all the time. And then this woman can go out and have sex with a bum ass guy off the street while she married to this guy, and he take care of that woman. He take care of that kid that's not his and the woman. And then when he jumps out the window, she can take his source money. That's what you want, right? And she stopped saying anything to me. So this is how I did it with some of these feminist people. I said, oh, wow. Wow. It's funny that y'all can't say this stuff about women, but you can say this stuff about men. Oh, no, yeah, men are bad. Oh, men are bad. So you're telling me that every man should be locked up? And they're like, well, yeah, and they work their way out of jail. Oh, you said that? And then I was about to do it, and they took the comment down. And then somebody's like, "Oh, she said that." I was like, "Yep, that's what they say." And I said, "She think every man should be in jail, and the infrastructure of society where certain jobs are not worked by females, but they work by men. they should just sit there and be like, can I come out? Can I come out? It's pathetic. So,
Hey everyone!
now, this is the aspect of wedding, right? This couple I watch, and they finally getting married after 10 years of being together. So what they're doing is they making their fans pay the live stream their wedding, right? One of the biggest scams in history is weddings. To me, right? It's not for two people. It's not for the wife. It's Wednesday for the wife. It's not for the husband, right? You're not marrying somebody who's quote unquote super loyal to you. And it, to me, it's kind of like, in a way, pretty much a waste of time, right? To me, right? You can do what you want. Um, but you know, to get their to get their fans to pay for their wedding or to watch their wedding so they can make money off of their wedding is kind of par for the course for some of these people. Like, it's kind of like it writes itself to me. It writes itself, but you know, it's kind of the funniest. It's a super joke, man. Like, so who I'm looking for? Um. Yeah, the epidemic of like men not going to it seemed like they don't want to give credit to the, and I'm starting to notice this as well too, that nobody's trying to give credit to the incels or MGTOW. They're trying to erase history and act like Kevin Samuels was the one that discovered all this when he benefited off the MGTOW movement, benefited off the incel movement, when people were telling everybody else that, hey, clubs are not going to be a thing anymore because it's supplied by men. It's mainly supplied by men, and it's not supplied by women. Everybody is now somehow excited now because they're like, oh yeah, this is great. Men are fighting back. No, this is not a thing about men fighting back. The men in the club scene. Remember when I told y'all guys about how they wanted you to go outside, or they wanted you to go outside and go out more so you can fund, so you could fund being made fun of. You can fund being joked on. They fund and pay for them to talk shit about you in real life. Now that don't work out all that don't work out like that in real life, right? For most people, it don't work out. They wanted you to go and fund these places, the restaurants that are closing down now, the clubs that are shutting down now, the club scene, the guys who are the ones who call everybody else tricks. These guys aged out, or these guys pretty much got married because they got sick of the club life, right? And they didn't have certain people to come into the club anymore to fund these women's lifestyles, the in-between lifestyles, to feed their egos. These women will take more and more. And I'm going to lead it back to the slavery bit. These women are never satisfied because they think no one told them that no one told anybody individually. Well, most women think that they all can become queens, when most of you don't have the capabilities to run any kingdom with nobody. Most of you would never be billionaires. Most of them would never be multimillionaires. And most of them are better off having a lifestyle that isn't high maintenance. Because the higher maintenance that you are, the more money you have to do, the more you have to do for money, right? Women make money fast, but also most women don't have the bigger responsibility to understand about appreciating the money they have, because they don't make it. Some of the women out here make money super fast and super easy. Let me give you an example. Some women in all HRs, there's women. So most women don't have to go to more than 5 interviews to get a job nowadays. Most men have to go to 10 or 15, 20, 30 interviews just to get one job. And it might be a shitty job, right? Some of these women do not appreciate, especially the women who make money off of jumping on the old man's dick, or, being tricked on, or whatever you want to call it, or selling themselves. A lot of them have that entitlement that everything's supposed to be easy for them. And then when life slows down, it ruins them, right? Okay, no. Divestors. Have you noticed with the black women divestors, right? Have you noticed that a lot of them will tell you that you're weak if you date a white woman or any other race, but they are somehow better and brave? That's the slavery kind of mindset that they want you to be in. Like, they want you to sit around building yourself up just to give away your money to them. They can sleep with Tyrone. They can sleep with the bum down the street. They can sleep with the man living in the sewer. As long as he got game and a big dick, he can get them pregnant, right? Once she got 8 kids, and you can see this shit on Kendra G shit, right? There was a video of, I think Mr. Fantastic said, because he's more tapped into some of those other guys. There was a video that's showing that almost every chick on Kendra G had like 3 kids or more. And if you add all of the kids up, it's like 40 or 50 baby dads with like at least 200, 300 baby moms that had multiple kids by multiple men, right? It's probably one of the, how can I put it? It's probably one of the worst things that people can be in. And a lot of people are slaved in, right? There's a lot of black dudes who say they love black women, and they want to try to like fight through this dysfunction that they're dealing with. Oh, I'm gonna stay with a black woman. And they're stuck with this shit. They're gonna be in a constant battle every fucking day of their life, and it's tended that you gotta leave these dudes behind, right? Shout out to SYSBM. When you get away from certain individuals, you kind of don't have to deal with these people anymore. And I'm gonna tell you by a long shot, dealing with certain other races, they have their other people. But I can tell you this before, you might deal with at least 20 people that's kind of bad, little bit, but then you might come, some people, it always know how to regulate itself. Sometimes certain cultures know how to regulate themselves, right? Where you're not going to be dealing with certain people for a very long period of time, right? So, okay, let's do this. Okay. Okay. So, you see how the divestor talk, these chicks talk. It's all trying to keep you in slavery thing, right? It's trying to keep you in a slave situation. Let me kind of show you this example.
If I'm a guy who's got a jail, got probation fees, I need somewhere to stay, I'm not going to go for a woman who works out 5 days a week and looks good. I'm going to go for the bigger girl. I'm going to say, you know, it's more of a chance that she'll be willing to compromise.
All right, boom. You don't got a place to stay or you don't got no job. I'm going to put you on how you can get you a place to stay for literally 6 months. So, boom. First thing first.
So, we already knew this. We've been said this shit right here, right? The plagiarism that's been used against MGTOW, haven't you noticed that these new content creators are now using red pill talking points? They're using MGTOW stats, and they're pretending like they're saying voila, but at the same time, a few years ago they was making fun of MGTOW and incel communities and everybody else. That's how these people really are. When things get bad, super bad, you're supposed to deal with it, right? Until it get bad for them. Most people don't care how bad something is, as long as it's not affecting them and their family. But the people, smart people, understands that if you don't dead whatever the problems is going on somewhere else, eventually it's gonna come back and hit you personally. So you better dead that shit while it's 50 miles away and take care of it while it's 50 miles away, instead of trying to deal with it when it's probably like a meter away from you, or probably right in your face. Then you're trying to talk about, oh my God, yeah, man, it's crazy out here. We told you about that 4 or 5 years ago. And mind you, the manosphere, all of the bigger space, all the certain content creators, they're going. Everybody's going. Let's see.
What you want to do? Maybe go talk to Church's Chicken, KFC, or something like that. Want to find you a BBW. And listen, do not be biased about no BBW. I know niggas be saying they don't want no big girl, but gang, you're fucking homeless, nigga. Beggars can't be choosers right now. So boom. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Find you a BBW and shit like that. Find you a good one though. Most BBWs have good jobs. So you find you a good BBW, you know what I'm saying? She probably got her a good little corporate job, good little desk job, because she ain't doing too much walking for sure, 100%. She got her a good little desk job, maybe a little security job. She don't do too much standing up. She be sitting down all day at the desk. Boom, that's perfect. She probably got her own crib and everything.
Oh my God. Why the hell haven't you put any batteries in that damn smoke alarm? I'm so sick of clicking on these damn videos and hearing that damn chirp in the background. Put some damn batteries in your smoke alarm. It takes all of 2 minutes. I don't understand how y'all batteries, you'll be compensation. You're compensating for what you don't have, which is visual appeal. Okay, a lot of people don't like this topic because it makes them feel bad about themselves. But see, look, I'm just gonna tell you this: you can't be the best next broad. You can't be the best of somebody else. The only thing you can do is be the best version of you. So looks max what you have. Be happy and appreciative of what you have, and looks max from there. Lose weight. That's the boat I'm in. Trying to lose the weight. Think about your face structure. If you're a woman, think about your face structure, how you can do your makeup.
Yeah, but we been said that. But we was called misogyny. Like we was called misogynistic, pigs, and all that. Do you remember a few years ago when Lizzo was big and how they was promoting her? And remember how they had so many these fat influencers, these overweight fat influencers, or these obese people who was trying to tell you that it was okay to be big, and then most of them start dying out one by one, and now everybody want to be fit. Oh yeah, and also the fitness industry, a lot of people are dying early because of the jab. Now we can talk about the jab and the vaccines, because now they're not taking the videos down like they did before. Haven't you noticed that a lot of these younger people in their 20s, 19s, they're dying from cancer and all types of different types of diseases now because of the jab? People don't want to talk about that, right? A lot of these influencers are dying from brain hemorrhages, fucking heart problems, and all that. And
to accentuate the things that are working for you. And
now, let me expose this guy. So, a few years ago, your boy Black Conservative, mind you, the Black Conservative dude, he exposed himself 3-4 years ago to being a ratchet enthusiast, right? You have to understand some people. You got to watch some of these content creators, and you got to see how consistent they are on a daily basis. And sometimes they got so many videos that you don't know what they are about, but they show small inklings of who they are with one video. He is somehow a Black conservative trying to be on the white side. He's against ghetto culture. But I'm going to show you a video exposing this shithole. Now, I watch him because he talks about, certain things and everything, but at the same time, I watch him as background. I really don't. Half of these people I watch as background. I don't take them 100% seriously. Like, it's a lot of these people are not trustworthy at all. At the end of the day, they're not trustworthy and not to be trusted. Where is it at? Black Conservative Perspective. That's his name. Fresh and Fit. The Dangers of Money and Fame. So, mind you, this is him 4 years ago. Now, mind you, Fresh is a conservative, right? And he's a conservative. So why the fuck is he making an anti-Fresh and Fit video against them? Now look.
Alright guys, so I promised myself that I was not going to do this video. I was like, I'm not going to do it. Don't do it. My audience won't know who the hell these people are. They won't care. It's not relevant, right? It's not really political.
Now mind you, it was him just hating on them, right? Because they're more successful than him. Mind you, this guy is pretty much a grifter. A lot of these political guys are grifters, and I'm going to show you the Aber and Preach and Night thing happened, right? And it was exposed that two of the biggest Fresh and Fit haters, because I don't like Fresh and Fit either, but I don't need to make videos against them all the time. I knew where Fresh and Fit came from. That's why I didn't give a fuck about their opinion, because I knew they were fake and phony from the first time, because I knew exactly where they came from. But this guy, this is 4 years ago. Mind you, this is back in 2021. A lot of these guys got so many videos, they forget the shit that they say. But it's not that hard to type in analytics, to pull up their videos they said back then and see how full of shit they are. That's why I can't take a lot of these people seriously at all.
But, however, guys, it's a slow news day, right? And also on top of that, I do think that this topic is something that kind of is related, and there's some overlap in regards to the manosphere, the red pill community, and the conservative movement, specifically in regards to social issues and gender roles, really dealing with women, right? And the role of women in our society, right? So I think there's some overlap there, and this topic kind of has something to do with it, as these two guys right here, Walter Weeks and Myron Gaines from the Fresh and Fit podcast, are getting exposed on the internet as we speak. Now, that's been a huge thing on YouTube, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it all on your timelines, like I have, about
these guys being exposed as frauds, right? Frauds.
Now, this is like 4 years later. They've been exposed. They have 100 videos made about them. And most of the people who make videos, and this is kind of what I'm gonna go to. A lot of these people who've been making videos about Fresh and Fit, all of them are friends. All of them know each other. This is why I say this is the feminist enforcement unit, the feminist enforcement, right? The feminist enforcement squad, right? These people come together, know each other, and then they make videos coincide each other. Your boy O'Shea is a part of that shit too. When everybody talked about Just Pearly, they all came together. It didn't work, but you know, everybody talk about Fresh and Fit. So basically, why is a black conservative talking shit about other conservatives, about red pill space? This is him 4 years ago. This is not fake. This is not phony. This is not me making AI. This is him right here doing this.
Okay? Not practicing what they preach. Now, what do they preach, right? They're supposed to be preaching about how to navigate fitness, finances, and women, right? They're supposed to be talking to young men or men in general about how to navigate those topics, right? That's the whole point of their podcast. There's 40, 50,000 subscribers. Kinda. When they were talking to these two guys.
Now, mind you, Abba and Preach is gonna come up. Why would you use Abba and Preach leftists? And we're gonna talk about Abba and Preach as well. And you know, people following these dudes, these big time leftists that pretty much want to take all your rights away and tell you that you're a loser and have gay men touch your ass and, you know, hit on you and you can't do a damn thing about it. And if you have a son or daughter, they're gonna try to give your son and daughter memory blockers or whatever. They try to turn them into, if you have a son, they're gonna try to put feminist shit in, well, what is it, estrogen pills in your son's food. And if your daughter is, if you have a daughter, they're gonna try to make your daughter into a guy. But with what you call it? What is it called? Testosterone pills or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. So I don't even know why people use these guys.
Two guys, Abba and Preach, right? These are two pretty popular YouTubers. They have over 1 million subscribers. And they went on Fresh and Fit's podcast.
Yeah, they turned on them. Just like most of the other people turned on them, right? And Abba has a history of turning on people. He turned on Destiny. He turned on... Well, I'm going to use Myron's Gang's words with them, right? So, this is not the video that I was looking for. There's another video. DJ Academics. Yeah, that was the video. My bad. DJ he's fresh and fit.
Topic to talk about today that involves these guys who always seem to be getting themselves in trouble on the internet. Yes, I am talking about no other than Fresh and Fit. Now, listen, I know most of you guys have probably not heard of them. Okay, however, they are podcasters in which...
Now, mind you, he's trying to downplay Fresh and Fit, and let's do sub for sub. He has 70,000. He has 970,000 subscribers, right? Let's see. Fresh and Fit podcast. Fresh and Fit podcast has 1.8 58 million. That dwarfs anything that this dude actually did. And also, they get more views than he does. Now, they're low right here. Okay. But some of their older videos, because they're not making like a whole bunch of podcasts no more, but 3 months ago, you got his videos right now. Well, he got a good grand of that. He's on the conservative side, basically he is. So, but in terms of subscribers, yeah, people know who Fresh and Fit is. Now, I hate when people like this downplay other people in order to try to make them seem better, because if you didn't know who Fresh and Fit was, you wouldn't be making a video about them. You don't make videos about nobodies, and you don't constantly belittle a groups of people who you think is below you and keep saying that they're misogynist and this and that. You ignore them. But let's see. Fresh and Fit, DJ. Okay, let me put that there. Copy. Okay.
DJ Academic.
Sorry. DJ Academics. Put it over here. Here we go.
Alright guys, so it's my last video today, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different, okay? Because there's this video clip that's going viral that I think that...
Now, mind you, why is he making a video about Fresh and Fit and Red Pill topics when he's a conservative, black conservative, right? His whole point is talking about the bad side of black culture, the left, and everything else. Why in the fuck do he cares about what DJ Academics say? This is how I say a lot of these guys are grifters and they're fakes, right? So let's kind of put that out there. I know it's somewhere. But while I'm looking, isn't it funny that oh yeah. I remember when your girl Daniti was talking shit about Passport Bros, talking about her relationships and how she good with men and these guys are losers and they need to go overseas to get women and this and this and that. And then her relationship falls the fuck apart. Then she start, exposing her own ex-husband and shit like that. All right. A lot of these people are jokes. Like, they are really jokes. But, she having her back and forth with her ex-husband, Warren. A lot of these people are... Okay, here we go. This is where it is. This is it. Where you at? Where is he at? Did I see it in my ring game?
I hate it when Canadian...
Okay. Because I care less what he said, but he actually told the truth in one of these things. No. It was one of the live streams. Here we go. No, yeah. Okay. There we go.
A lot of these commentators, they're actually far leftists. But what they do is they get on YouTube and they take what's called a measured approach. But the reality is these aren't their real political views. They just get in the middle to get as much AdSense as possible. And that's what Charlie does. That's what Abba and Preach do. And that's what a bunch of these other reaction commentary YouTube do. They take a middle of the ground stance despite the fact that they're actually far leftists to make as much money as possible. If Moist Critical comments on something, it has officially reached normie status. For those of you who don't know, Moist Critical, aka Charlie, aka what's his other fucking name that he uses? Penguin Z or whatever. This dude is what I call like the normie YouTuber. For those of you that don't know, this guy is what I call a historical, legendary fence sitter. This guy's like 10 million subs on YouTube. Very woke, very liberal. He hides a lot of his liberal ideology. This is what I'm realizing too, guys, about these commentator niggas, man. Abba and Preach, Penguin, a lot of these like commentary channels, Jamar, all these bitch ass niggas, they're all liberals, bro. They're all leftists, all of them. But here's the thing. They take a centrist view for YouTube purposes, but they're actually liberals. And I got exposed to this today. Stevie Knight, right? This nigga right here, who I don't think he's the most intelligent individual, but his stupidity revealed some things. As you guys know, he did a debate with Anus, and of course this bitch ass.
Now, there's right. Stevie Knight had multiple videos against Fresh and Fit. Same thing with Abba and Preach. All the while, they've been working together. They had, also, this is the slavery mentality that I want to talk about as well. It's all coupled into the slavery mentality, is that you cannot have a disagreement with these people. There's a YouTuber on here who I used to give big credit to. I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want him to come after me, call me names, blah, blah, blah. He is a political channel now. He used to go against the game guys. He used to scream and rant and all that, and he was cool, right? Then he went too political. Then he started not telling the side. He has no videos on the 8,000 channels that was taken down on YouTube because of the pandemic. He won't go to another political channel, a guy named Nick. So I'll go to Nick. He talks about the political stuff, and he brings up the fact that, you know, a lot of people are talking about Trump doing all this stuff and the tariffs and stuff, but he brings up videos that, well, Trump was the only one who wanted the tariffs to happen. It was also, it was also Bill Clinton back in the day. But we're going to continue this video.
I think Don has something to say. Don's a retard too, bro. This dude literally, how you go from being religious to not being religious? Like, dude's a loser. But anyway, he made a video, right, about Abba or whatever, right? Saying Abba's fake, all this other shit. The thing that's revealing, right, and the video here is Abba still talking about me. What's revealing is that he shows the DMs between him and Abba. And
now, mind you, it's been confirmed that, you know, you can't disagree with anybody on the left. Once you disagree, and mind you, a few years ago, there was a guy who said that this individual that I used to talk about was trying to make SYSBN political. Let me kind of apologize to the guy, but I know he's not saying anything. Sir Tricks a lot. I apologize for thinking that you was wrong. You was right. This individual became a whole political channel talking political shit towards people who he says are so-called political ignoramus. But he won't have a political debate with Nick Taylor, a veteran who knows his political. He knows everything about political stuff, and he's on a certain side. Somebody said something to him on a live stream, and he backed away from the thing. He's like, yeah, why don't you say something about Nick Taylor? And he's like, oh, Nick Taylor's this. And he left it alone. It's like, so you're going to be in the space of people you said that don't know what political matters is and just keep going after these people? And now that's all his channel is, going after BGS, going after Theo going after the manosphere, and it's like, wow, you was the biggest supporter of the manosphere, but now you're not. That's why I had in my video of, you know, when he insulted me and said I'm listening to some other people, I was like, whoa, I don't even listen to these people. I'd be like, okay, I was wrong. And I admit that I was wrong. I always do.
In the messages that he sends them, and I'll show you guys a little bit of them real quick. Let me see here. These niggas were going back and forth with each other. This is him, right? This is what he sent to this dude. Now, just so you guys understand the context of this shit, because you guys are probably wondering what the fuck is going on here. Him and Anus did a debate, okay, on the Charlie Kirk assassination. And basically what ended up happening was Knight didn't like the way that Abba covered Charlie Kirk's assassination, right? He was like, yo, it's kind of distasteful the way that you painted him, blah, blah, blah. He said some other shit about him being like a racist and saying that his politics are bad, whatever. Mind you, Abba's a fucking sodomite Canadian from Montreal. Like, who the fuck are you to even comment on American politics? You live in a fucking communist, socialist, fucked up structure order where y'all niggas, your military sucks, your government sucks, your prime minister's a fucking cuck, right? Your country sucks.
Now, I don't have no dog in this fight, but I'm trying to show you how all sides try to use men as slaves. You know, your fresh and fits try to, you know, fool guys into believing they knew what the fuck they was talking about and try to tell you into this bullshit. And he's looking for he's looking for attention from white people mostly, you know, your boy Myron, because he said a lot of shit about black people. But it's like, dude, you can't really talk about black people because you're not black yourself. It isn't something that you can talk about because you haven't been raised as a black person. You wasn't raised in the black community. You don't even know, you're not familiar with it. You're a guest in the black community, right? You can't talk about it because you was never around it, right? But I'm happy that he got his get back, because a lot of these dudes really did make videos, made money off of the Fresh and Fit name. And I can understand it for a couple times, but then eventually when you keep dogging it over and over again, and it makes you look kind of a clown, and it makes you look like the bad guy, just keep going after somebody. Because if they're weirdos and losers and this and this and that you call them, you wouldn't be making multiple videos about them. You would let them go and let them be. But you're kind of mad because they have more sway over the youth than you do, which is, it says a lot if the youth don't want to go your way or go what you're doing and what you're selling to them, and then you're mad because like, oh my God, that's not fair, that the youth should be listening to me. This is why I said they want male slaves, because the youth don't want to listen to you. They want to listen to you. They want to listen to the side that gives them more freedom and more. They want to listen to the side that makes them feel like they're not being subservient to somebody and having to kiss someone's ass for them to get liked, right? So.
Right? I hate it when Canadians feel like they have something to say about American politics. Shut the fuck up. You are our sons. You are our sons. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, Canadians annoy me about that shit whenever they give commentary on American politics. Shut the fuck up, bro. Your country is literally garbage. But anyway, and I've been to Canada many times, all right? Trash. Sorry ass country. Cucked. You guys are about to be India very fucking soon. Anyway, they're debating, right, on this thing because Knight felt like he was being disrespectful towards Charlie with some of his political views, and he spun it in a certain way with some of his views. Clip a shit out of context, whatever. The typical shit that Abba preached to. So they do this debate, and I ain't gonna lie, Stevie's not a smart guy, right? Made conservatives look very stupid. Falcone.
Now, mind you, Stevie has multiple videos going against Red Pill and all that stuff. And mind you, I think it is Stevie. I don't think he can get his girl pregnant, right? They came online if he's still with the same girl, and he was like, oh, you know, we can't have kids and blah blah blah. And I'm like, listen, well, why this nigga worrying about other niggas' dicks when he should be worrying about his fertility shit, right? If he's still with the same girl.
So what ended up happening was he made Abba look like he was making some good points, even though Abba's a retard too and doesn't know shit. Because I did a breakdown of that whole debate. Whatever. That's not the point. The point is that these guys knew each other and they were getting along. There were times where Abba and Preacher make a hit piece and this fucking dumbass would make a hit piece right after.
Yep. He's right. It's the same thing with O'Shea too. O'Shea would go make a hit piece against Fresh and Fit, and then somehow, some way, you will see everybody, the same people, just make videos after videos. These are the same people. These people are all a part of the same. They all a part of the same kind of like feminist enforcement unit. They won't let nobody. They're part of the feminist enforcement unit that they have to talk about. They can't let you get away with nothing. They can't. You're never gonna get away. You're never gonna get away with whatever they think that you ain't gonna get away with. You have to be subservient to who they want you to be subservient to. There ain't no way that you will ever leave their clutches. You are theirs. You have no freedoms, right? To them, you have no freedoms. To them, you need to be held, and you need somebody you need a master, right? To them, you need a master, so they will insult you as many times as possible, because they can't really physically do anything to you, because they don't know what your capabilities are. They can guess what you might do and what you might not do, but some of these people might lose their life doing stuff like that, right? So it's not really smart for them to do stuff like that, right? So they make videos calling you misogynist, making videos against the manosphere and male streamers, and you see that's the new thing now. They're trying to prop up female streamers and say how bad male streamers is and how hard it is for female streamers and this and this and that, calling people misogynists and this and this and that, whatever. These are the people who, this is what they want you to, this is what, oh man, this is the things that they, want to, put out there in the world. Because if they put out enough videos and the videos go out, they can keep that, they can keep that I don't know, that perception that they think they have. Like, Super Sly will say some stupid shit about jail women and say there's plenty of women out here, but then post jail women and overweight women and talk about OnlyFans girls, and this dude like masculine looking women because he's a short dude, so he like being dominated by bigger women. But
now he's seeing the snake that Abba is, because Abba is fucking attacking him now, right? And I've been telling y'all for years that this nigga was a sodomite fucking loser snake. He attacks all of his friends. He attacked us after he did a collab. He attacked Stevie now. He attacked Destiny. He attacked everybody that he's ever worked with, because the dude doesn't give a fuck about integrity as he claims. And don't worry, I got some exposing this very soon coming up. But let me show you guys what Stevie got to see that a lot of you guys don't see, that I've known for years, because his true character is shown when you guys look at these messages.
Put those together. Then he says, do you know what the words coming out your mouth even mean? In your video on us before we ever spoke, you said you intentionally edited the clip to take Kirk out of context.
Which he did do. He did do that.
And you said you're just manufacturing a narrative.
For example, one of the things that he clipped out, he put like where Kirk said, this girl asked him in a debate, if your daughter was raped, would you have her have the baby? And he says, the baby would be delivered. And he would try to make it like, oh, look, this guy's so evil, blah, blah. But he left out that Charlie is a pro-life, devout Christian. So he doesn't believe in abortion at all. But Abba left it out. And then he tried to say, oh, well, everybody knows that. No, they don't, dumbass nigga. Not everybody knows that Charlie is a devout Christian, and that is why he has that worldview. But he purposely left that out the thing to characterize him as like an evil individual, because Abba is a fucking atheist sodomite. So that's like one of the examples where he clipped that out of context. And he tried to say, oh, well, everybody knows him that he's a Christian. Shut the fuck up, nigga. No, especially your retarded audience doesn't know.
Clearly did. He didn't agree that he manufactured a narrative, because he said the whole world knows that Kirk is a Christian, so they're gonna know why he doesn't support abortion. I disagree.
Stevie, if someone says I'm anti-abortion, I'm a Christian, we know why you don't want an abortion.
In that clip you put, he didn't say he was Christian though. He just said, she just gave an example and he said no, she can have a baby. He didn't say he was Christian.
This guy was all over the world, all over the news.
But you're making an assumption though, bro. You're making an assumption.
I'm
yes, you are. Everybody doesn't know Kirk, bro.
No, hello. Everybody who saw that clip of him getting murdered knew he was a political speaker who's Christian. There's not a person who didn't see that.
Yeah, see, and now he's justifying why he didn't put that in. Oh, everybody knows he's Christian. No, they don't, bro. No, they don't. This is what I mean when I say Alba and Preach take this deceptive thing. But I'm going to bring this all full circle, guys, here for you guys in a second.
That clip, who didn't see the news reports, who didn't know what he was.
That's absolutely cap, bro. That's cap. That's not true. That's not true. You can't speak for everybody in the world, dog. I know personally because I talk to people now that had no idea who the fuck Kirk was. Now they see him on his timeline going, and they don't know who the fuck he is. That's absolutely.
Look, this nigga a retard too. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, bro, wearing a do-rag with a cowboy hat. Like, whoa, come on, man. Well, what the fuck is going on here? But whatever. Like I said before, both of these niggas have made videos talking shit about me, right? And it's always the same. I will make a video, then this dumb nigga will make a video, and then fucking Jamar will make a video, then fucking Aja will make a video, and then there's all these other like bottom feeder reaction YouTubers all make a video. But there's one thing that unites all these fucking losers. I'm about to expose it here in a second for y'all.
That's false, bro.
He has the very standard cookie cutter Christian view on it.
Regardless, you're making the assumption that people know, dog, and that's a dangerous game. You got to give them more.
It's not an assumption, boss. I'm sorry. Anybody who's following this knows he's a Christian political speaker. I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying that.
The whole world knew about Kirk because Kirk got assassinated, from which I still told him that I believe you're manufacturing a narrative. He disagreed, right? But it was cool. Wasn't no animosity there, right? Anyway, he says, that's you saying I'm manipulating and being deceitful. LMAO, I don't even care that you said it, but for you to cry.
Now, yeah, that's what Alba and Preach do a lot. They take out the things out of context, right? To their little leftist fan base and their little, woke side of the aisle. So you have to understand what the kind of people you're dealing with, right? The left side never tells their flaws. They don't think it was wrong for Kamala Harris to bring all these entertainers on to make black people look stupid. You could have brought some political people up there to talk. I mean, Joe Rogan is not the equivalent of Meg Thee Stallion. You bring ghetto culture up there and it makes y'all look stupid. Nobody wanted that to be voted in. They seen how you acted in 2020 and with the looting and rioting. You think that people don't forget? You think people forgot? And you think people forgot the mandates? The mandates that happened during the 2020 and how many people lost their jobs because they didn't want to take a jab? And guess what? Now a lot of people are dying left and right, paying that price.
After we did our vid, like you were betrayed, LMAO.
See, look, I'm glad that he's putting these messages out so the world can see what kind of a bitch-ass nigga Abba is, bro. I'm glad that he's putting these messages out.
Bro, you might be one of the most bad faith, dumb people I've ever interacted with. It's just...
And mind you, these niggas are allies. Because I remember these fucking dumbasses would make videos on attacking us. Ain't this a drop a video? Then this dumbass nigga would drop a video the next day. So this is hilarious to see.
Sad that you're doing this at the expense of your own people, kids, and anyone else for your...
And I DM'd them too. I told him, I told you this nigga was a snake for years. Now you're seeing it. I told him straight up, I fucking told you, bro.
Make 10 more videos crying about Kirk now. Sorry your white zaddy dying changed your life.
Okay, now, this is what I wanted to show y'all, right? Let me tell y'all something about these motherfuckers, bro. And I'm realizing this now. These niggas, bro, are like undercover pro-black activists. That's what they are. They are far left pro-black activists on the low. They just don't do that shit openly on their show. They try to take a more middle ground. But looking at those messages, now I know where this nigga stands politically. He's a far leftist. And here's the thing. I've seen a couple of his videos. I kind of suspected this when I saw that he was doing a lot of collabs with Destiny. I was like, all right, this guy's a fucking liberal. This guy's a leftist. But his videos come off as he's a centrist, but he's not. He's a fucking leftist. And the fact that he's saying some shit like that, like, oh yeah, you're a white zaddy getting assassinated. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, what? You wear the fucking African shirts and shit like that. And then I also kind of noticed that he'll be wearing like weird African clothes. Nigga, you're in the West. The fuck you wearing this weird this shit? Then I figured out this guy, bro, he's one of these like black power niggas, bro. He's a Wakanda forever motherfucker. That's what Abba is. And you guys can see from those messages, deep down, he has disdain for white people. 100%. Deep down, he has disdain for white people. And I always was trying to figure out where he stands politically. But after seeing this shit, seeing how he hangs out with Destiny, and then how he betrays people, and then how he's kind of slipped sometimes and said, oh, I'm a lefty. I was like, all right, man, this nigga's a leftist, but when he does his reaction videos, he has to play centered. Because the thing is that nobody wants to hear this Wakanda forever bullshit, bro. Nobody wants to hear that. So the way that these guys make money is they have to be centered. Now, let's bring this back to fucking Penguin, aka Moist Critical, aka what I call a moist retard. And this kind of came out when he debated Sneeko. Sneeko debated Moist Critical like a year ago. Embarrassed him. Moist Critical couldn't take a stance on nothing. He asked him like, oh yeah, so should we just give kids like, you know, puberty blockers and shit like that? Well, yeah, I think so. Made himself look like a fucking ass clown, right? Embarrassed himself. And Charlie's gotten shit on a bunch of times before because he's like taking like a pro-trans thing with kids. Like it wasn't just that time that Sneeko embarrassed him. He's also had like really bad takes when it comes to the T community. So that's when I realized, oh shit, these guys, a lot of these commentators, they're actually far leftists. But what they do is they get on YouTube knowing that YouTube is more male dominated and men are more likely to swing right. And they take what's called a measured approach. But the reality is these aren't their real political views. They just get in the middle to get as much AdSense as possible. Because there are still a considerable amount of women that watch and there are a lot of lefties on YouTube still. But to get the most views, to get the most AdSense, staying in the middle actually gets you the most, especially as a commentator / a reaction person. Because once you get into this field of like politics or whatever and you take a stance, a hard stance, whether you're right wing or left wing, you automatically alienate 50% of your audience. You're automatically going to alienate 50% of the people. So that's what these niggas did to make money. And that's what Charlie does. That's what Abba Preach do. And that's what a bunch of these other reaction commentary YouTube niggas do. They take a middle of the ground stance despite the fact that they're actually far leftists to make as much money as possible. And for that, fuck those motherfuckers. Fuck them. Because you got to see messages, DMs and shit like that from this dumbass nigga to figure out where these motherfuckers really stand. And I've always known something was off about this motherfucker when I see him wearing dashikis and shit. But now it's 100% verified. And that now it makes sense why he hates me so much. Because basically, I am the version of him that goes to the gym, doesn't sit there and say Wakanda and looks at like I'm black power, blah, 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 and I hate white people. Like, I look at it like, if you're stupid, you're stupid. And if you happen to be black and be stupid, I'm going to roast you even harder because you're an embarrassment to all of us. So that is why they get so fucking burned now, why they attack us so much. Because now I think about it, we are the right wing of anus and reach. They're fucking leftists, man. Like, this dude's a fucking sodomite. He's out here getting pegged in the ass and shit. Now it all makes perfect sense. Makes perfect fucking sense. Yo, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Abba was bisexual. I wouldn't be surprised. Preach too. Wouldn't be surprised. Everything is fucking coming full circle with these niggas, bro. Guys, I'm telling y'all, do not trust these fence-sitter YouTubers, man. This sex thread showed me everything I needed to see. Him saying that shit. And just so y'all know, this is someone that he knows. Like, these guys had like a professional relationship and he was saying this fuck shit to him. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's absolutely nuts. This is somebody that you've known for years. Y'all had a professional relationship. Y'all talked to each other before and then you acting like this. So that shows the character of Abba. But yeah, anyway, going back to what I was saying. Now that you guys understand the world of these, what I call centrist fence-sitter YouTubers that are really actually leftists but hide that shit so they don't get roasted and it gets exposed on debates, right? This is why Moist Critical did that debate with Sneeko. That nigga went into hiding for like 2 months. And then Abba, I've never ever seen him do a debate. He accepted a debate with Stevie because Stevie's stupid. Let's be honest here. Stevie's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you wearing a do-rag with a cowboy hat. Come on, man. It's a wrap, you know? What the fuck? What are you, fucking Logan James? Like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Like, nigga back mountain? Like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Right, nigga wearing a white beard and a cowboy hat. So, well, what? Pick one, man. This nigga still listening to what was it? Didn't Nelly do a collab with a country artist like years ago? Well, like Tobey Maguire, this shit was censorship. So, like I said, right now, they're my op. Normie, I'm sorry. So, and I'm saying all this so you guys understand the significance. For someone like a Moist Critical to finally fucking come out and say, damn, what Israel's doing is crazy. My friends, we have reached the masses. This is a big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. When you got someone like Moist Critical saying like what they're doing in Gaza is crazy. Now, mind you, that's how ironclad I am. They have to attack the people around me because they can't attack me. Because if you look at my background, it's fucking impeccable.
Yeah, I'm open minded.
Right there behind me, been there from the beginning. These other niggas, though, they don't tell you nothing because they're embarrassed. I've opened up one time. What y'all niggas find out? Nigga opened up his butthole to some chick on all fours getting milked. Weirdo.
Prostate orgasm.
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, I'm open minded.
You've had a prostate orgasm?
Yeah.
What? Oh, hell no!
Were you milked? How did it happen?
I mean, so, you get on your knees, arch it, arch it, and then, she behind.
See, and these are the people that everybody's taking advice from. A bunch of progressive dudes who want every man to get pegged. And, get a woman to put a finger in your asshole.
She like a cow. She milking that and she doing her thing.
And I'm gonna make sure everybody on the fucking internet knows that you're a fucking sodomite, because that's what you are, you fucking whack job. You over here talking shit about other niggas while you getting pegged. Get the fuck out of here. And you got the nerve to call me gay? You got the nerve to call me gay, you fucking weirdo? And your window licking retarded partner. Yo, there's no way Preach is over 67 IQ. No fucking way. He had to cut his fucking dumbass dreads off. Nigga couldn't figure out how to fucking clean that shit. Head always itching. His mom gotta still wash his fucking dreads because he don't know how to do it. I already know he a dumbass, bro. He retarded. You know, he has like that funny ass voice.
But they're saying, all these been saying they don't even follow that stuff. No. The consistency's been the same.
Fucking idiots, man. And the thing is, like, I'm funnier than y'all niggas, and I'm not even a fucking comedian, bro. I'm not even a fucking comedian. I'm funnier than you bitch ass niggas. There ain't nobody going to watch an Alba and Preach show. Anus and Reach. What the fuck? Preach is literally a fucking retard. Nigga greases himself up, runs around in underwear.
Now, this is the kind of shit that these dudes do. This is what they do. This is the shit that they do.
Want to talk about fucking masculinity? Get the fuck out of here, man. Your hips gyrate a little too awkwardly, motherfucker. The better of a dancer you are, typically the lower IQ.
Look at that. See, and that's one of the reasons why a couple people told me about some of this stuff, but let me get this over with right here, man.